Let's talk about general marriage. You know, read like the U.S. marriage rate, like this kind of stuff. How many people were married?
All right, so did some research. This is from 2018. It reached historic lows.
They didn't have a 2019.
I couldn't find it. So 2018 hit.
I mean, this is,
this data's worthless.
He comes home to a new car, brings a brand new car home. It's brand new. It's 2 years old. They didn't have a new one. He goes, I didn't walk all the way back. Well, maybe it takes 2 years to get a real.
Yeah. Only about half of Americans are married now, down from 72% in 1960, according to census data. That's some pretty big drop there.
Only about half of Americans are married now, down from 72%. Yeah.
I assume that's
what's the sources on this? Census? Is that your sources? Census data?
Yeah.
That would be the sources.
Yeah.
Who's the source of the census? That's how I want to keep going. Okay. Well, I'd like to speak who exactly did this.
Yeah. Can you connect me with some of your census takers, please?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to them.
There's a lot of them.
It's going on now. They're doing the census right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They do it every 10 years.
Oh.
So you probably got something in the mail about it. Usually they go door to door, but I don't know if they're doing that with COVID going on.
I think they still are.
I would do it.
I'm saying is next year we'll have more.
You would do it.
We'll have more data.
I would do the census data.
Well, everyone's supposed to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do it? Did we get mail?
I mean, I did mine back in March.
Yeah. I haven't done it yet.
Laura, did we get it? We did it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good for you.
All right. We did it. See, I'm oblivious. My wife could walk out if she ever wants to. She won't because we love each other.
Mm-hmm.
She could take everything I would ever. I could show up. This house would be empty one day. Wouldn't have no clue. I mean, that's what she could be gunning for. She watches a lot of crime stuff, a lot of marriage, a lot of husband killing people, husband, wife, or wives killing husband.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's scheming one day. So half Americans are married. Now, the age of which one first gets married has risen by 6 years. 1960, and now only 20% of Americans get married before the age of 30.
Wow.
I don't think that's a bad thing. People need to I think getting married later is good. 30, that's a go get your career started.
Yeah.
Go dive all in. I think that will make the workforce better and people can actually get a good run. But that will affect probably kids and stuff, because if you get married at 30 and by the time you want to have kids, it can catch up quick. We have one kid. We had a kid. We were late to the game, and so we had one daughter, beautiful daughter, and but that's all we could really have. So
you'll be 29 when you get married.
I'll be 29. Yeah.
Yeah. So you really think of it. You have a long. I mean, for a guy, you can get married. You can have a baby whenever as a guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
An 80-year-old could.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's people having babies at 50 though. Now someone just had a baby at 50.
Really?
Someone told me about it. Yeah.
Somebody or
Some of my friends. She had a kid at 50 and then like mid 40s.
Yeah, wow. I know someone who had a baby on her 50th birthday.
So me and my wife are still thinking about it. Getting married late. I got married. I was 26 when I got married.
That's good.
People get married young in the South. It's just people get married 20. My parents were married at 21, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
My parents been dating since they started to date since 7th grade.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 26 is a little bit older than. I mean, that people might have thought back then. Man, you guys waited a little while, huh?
In the South, home people would have been like, "You guys waited, and that's old." And New York is like, "Are you crazy? Are you a bait?" Like that's what they think.
Yeah.
I remember thinking when I was in college, like 28 is when I think I want to get married because by then I'll have a career going, a little established.
This is like Michael Scott when he's
when a bunch of kids.
When the video when he was a kid, he goes, I want to one day be married and have 100 kids, and I can't wait for my dreams to come true. And you're like, everybody's having to watch that video.
He says, so I got to have 100 kids so I could have 100 friends.
Oh, all right. Everybody get back together. Everybody's crying down there.
But it all worked out in the end.
What are
There
you
you go.
crying at? The red-nosed guy said. I just look at red-nosed guy. His nose is great now. The Pew Research Center recently found that about 40% of unmarried adults believe that marriage is becoming obsolete. They're not sure it even necessary. As a result, less couples than ever before are married, and marriage rates will continue to decline into the future. There is no longer motivation to marry. Couples no longer need to marry to have children, to pass on their property, or to have sex. In 100 years, marriage may not even exist.
Wow.
Huffington Post. I mean, I don't know, man. I think people still I think you still want to get married, and you know, I guess to pass on the property. I think I think marriage is still, yeah. I guess maybe in 100 years,
Yeah.
you got to get that out of the system, and you're going to need to have people removed. But I think marriage is still it's a wonderful, wonderful tradition that is. I mean, it's awesome. It's a way of life. It's I think if you're not married and then you're going to enter in, it gets too loose. I'm a big fan of marriage. Is a awesome, beautiful thing, and so. But apparently, it's gone. So I don't know.
I wonder if it's come in waves.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just going down. I think more and more people are just like, yeah, we can just live together, and So I don't know.
But it's weird to say when you meet someone, they're like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And they're like 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've never got married. Like, you had to find the two people that want that. And there are people that are both fine with that. But I find when I meet a couple that's like that and like, oh, he never wanted to get married, but we were married,
Mhm.
I think if he got on his knee and asked that woman to marry or married her, her heart would melt and she would love it. So that to me shows me that they want that. And I usually, this is complete, I have no idea, but I think if someone's in that situation, it's one person that's being super stubborn and the other one would be like, I would like to, weddings are very nice. It's a celebration of you. It's a very fun thing. It's fun for your parents and your grandparents and your family gets together and it's a family reunion. I mean, it's, and it's an awesome thing.
Mhm.
And so